Living in a zoo, gotta watch the snakes on you, my brody. Say don't trust a friend, let's see what's there to the end. They always told me keep a gun, I don't know, it wasn't fun. Yeah, that shit, it wasn't for me. Mama made sure I was straight, not a meal I never ate. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I just wanted to relate, but all the shit that they been doing ain't real, it all was fake. That shit, it wasn't for me.
Welcome back to the next episode of Keys to Consciousness. I'm one of your hosts, Don. And I'm Chris, the other host with Keys to Consciousness. Thank everybody for joining in, checking us out. We got some topics that we're going to hit on today. I'm excited to have y'all in here. We're ready to get this going. Some serious matters, obviously, at hand, but, you know, we want to bring it to y'all live, raw, and uncut. Like my brother already said, he's been saying this previously. If you guys feel empowered, you see something on here that you like or it speaks to you, you can always call us at 515-599-1687. And that's what we on. What you got to say, bro? What else we got
I
going
want to
on?
say thank you for everyone that has tuned in, that has subscribed. And again, I'll say this again, just please like and subscribe, share whenever you feel moved. Also, yes, I also want to apologize for the last 2 weeks. We had unforeseen things coming. With that being said, we here now, so let's get the building.
That's right. Let's get it.
That's my hood, dickhead. You know I got some big shit. Extra bullets in my jumpsuit too. Walk around this bitch like Mega Man. That nigga free TK. Nigga blood, nigga. Yeah. Walking down bleeding with that stick. Extra bullets in my jumpsuit. I can't wait to let it hit. B12 walking down that street. You know that bitch can't pull off smashing. Shoot the cameras out, then walk them down. Nobody know what happened. Like.
And so to begin with that, of all things, that shit was it. Little boy, what's the boy name?
Baby Kia.
Baby Kia.
Baby Kia.
This is just some of the things that like that's being like pushed to our children, you know. And it's not even just it's by children. They're actually them kids ain't nothing. Them like straight babies, man.
It look like babies.
Yeah,
for
you
real.
know. And then the caption that was on there. This is the message that we giving our children. This is like wow.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. Like if anybody tuning in and watching this, looking at the graphics on this, you got this young kid in front of a church. The church is burning up literally on fire. He's sitting there with an upside down cross on his head.
Eyes go black.
Yeah. You see him basically crashing out, blowing his own brain out, and it's like, what kind of message are you sending to your kids? But before we even jump into all that, bro, what does even crash out mean? Because some people don't maybe even know what that means, bro.
Okay, well, according to the Urban Dictionary, the term crash out means to go insane and or do something stupid. The example that they gave in there, such and such, when it kills somebody because he stepped on his shoes, so he crashed out. Oh yeah, and just for reference for other people that may not know, the term crash out is something that's used in jail.
Okay.
Like when you go to jail and you locked up and you see what they call the ops now, you know, they say I'm finna crash out. You know what they mean? They finna go handle their business. They know they finna go to the hole, so it's crashing out. You just go, hey, stupid, let me go in there, do what I gotta do, and keep it moving. The thing is, a lot of the stuff that's being perpetuated is by the prison, by and through the prison.
But you know something that's like really interesting to me though, like just it's like it's a never ending cycle. You kind of look at this with that video. It's obviously disturbing, but I feel like the kids are even numb to this type of stuff that they see on TV. So last kept, for those that don't even know who this dude is, his name Baby Kid. We're not trying to promote and big him up in any type of capacity, but even looking at this, he has over 8 million people that have actually viewed that video we just showed. And from looking at it, which is crazy, is that he's basically giving you a play-by-play if you look at the whole video on how to basically, quote-unquote, walk down your op, shoot out the camera so nobody can see it,
Right.
kill somebody and murder them, and again, try to get away with
The
it.
key word
What's
is try.
that?
Try. They try to get away with it. Most of the time, they don't.
Right, and that's the thing about it is that we are by this type of music being displayed because we ain't just here to jump down on the young generation stuff because us being grown men in our later 40s we have went through this whole situation with music and the transition. We had NWA, we had Public Enemy, we had some of these other groups. The difference was, you was kind of talking about this earlier, there was like a balancing out of the scales.
Yeah, but because don't get me wrong, it's not like that this music or this type of music is new.
Right.
We know we had gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, like you said, NWA,
Right.
And
3 6 Mafia, all that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But with that being said, though, a lot of times when we listen to, or I say for myself, you know what I'm saying, I listen to it as entertainment, not just a way to, you know what I'm saying, to like, oh, okay, well, he say do this or do that, then this is what I need to do in order to get to where he is. No, I think that just comes with a lack of parental guidance though, for the most part.
Could you expound on that some more? So I heard you say parental guidance. I had somebody actually have not gonna say an argument, but it was like a disagreement about it, saying, well, I know the difference. It's just music for me, and I don't really take it as serious. But to your point, if you're saying no parental guidance or anything, what's the impact if they don't have that mother or father in the household that's standing on principle and morals?
Then that particular song or whatever it is they're listening to, whether it be a song, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a video or whatever, that replaces the parental guidance. And now that the music or whatever they're listening to is actually teaching them, you know what I'm saying, what they want to know, or you know what I'm saying, certain things, instead of having it doesn't even necessarily have to be a parent. It could be an auntie, or uncle,
right?
You know what I'm saying, someone in the community that you know what I'm saying that they look up to. But with that being said, we have to give these young people something to look up to,
Right.
And I understand that a lot of them don't listen. You know what I'm saying. With that being said, it's not on you. If you told them and they still decide to do what they chose to do, you did your job. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't have enough of us out there.
But to your point, it's not a lot of us out here, and that's kind of the reason why, we've been saying from the get-go, from episode 1 and 2, we giving you layers in how whether it's our own people or the government or the record labels, whoever, they're making money off of our quote-unquote dysfunction or our trauma, and they profit off of this day in and day out. So, like, going back to this dude, because I don't want to let this kind of slide, he's giving you a walk-by-walk plan on how to basically kill somebody. And from my standpoint, it's like this is normal. Like, we glorify this, and the way they capture us, especially youth, is through the beat. I've heard people say all the time, like the song is kind of trashed. What he's saying is trash, but the beat sounds good. So you riding the wave of the music, and the whole time though, those words are being planted in your subconscious, and all it takes is you to have a bad day. Say mama or daddy or whoever made you upset, or one of your quote unquote friends did something behind your back. What's going to be the next step? Are you going to level up now and crash out like you just said? And that's good that you kind of broke that down, because a lot of people don't even necessarily know what crash out mean. You want to throw it all away, and from my perspective, why and for what? What's the end goal of this type of music, though? Like, what are you going to gain?
The end goal, I believe, is that it's doing what what it was designed to do, which is to pimp and pander us and to continuously having us as the footstool, while they step up. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is we can only be a footstool if we continue on bending over.
Ooh.
Once we stand up and, you know what I'm saying, and stand up and be men and women, black men and women, then, you know what I'm saying, strong black men and women, then they can no longer use us as their level or as their leverage to get above us and then keep us down.
Right.
And honestly, I'm not gonna say every person is the same way. I've said this on multiple episodes before. I'm not saying everyone is the same way. The thing is, what I'm saying is that for the majority, the masses, every other ethnicity uses us to gain power in some particular way, form, or fashion. whether it's the white people, whether it's the Asians, whether it's the Hispanics, whether it's the Indians, the Arab, any of them, they use us as a stepping stool to get where they want to get, and then once they get to where they want to get, they spit on us and kick us to the side. Again, I brought it up last episode. Think about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Civil Rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All of those were the things. These are two of the biggest movements in American history. You know what I'm saying? And it started off about our rights, civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Just rights of being a person. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it changed over to the feminist movement. You see what I'm saying? And the
hijacking it.
Exactly, but see, it was strategically planned because with the feminists that involves everybody, every female, whether regardless of ethnicity. You see what I'm saying? So and then once they got that feminist right movement, then civil rights was pushed to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
real.
then look at the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? It got hijacked by the homosexual movement. All lives matter, whatever, the Rainbow Coalition.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It got hijacked, and then once they got their rights, because now if you say certain words, that's labeled as a hate crime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is interesting. You say that like a hate crime. We still trying to push for a hate crime bill for black people.
Exactly.
But it starts at home too, though. So we get up in arms about the things that's going on in our community. But man, we doing destruction and damage to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So like like I said, we ain't trying to just come down on people and bash our youth, bash black people in any fashion, because we black men as ourselves. But we want to really call this stuff out. Like, when are we gonna get to a point to say, hey man, something's gotta give? Like, if y'all don't see the breakdown, like for those that may not have checked out the podcast before, we walk y'all down the path. We showing y'all how the government is complicit in regards to using religion as a tactic.
Yep.
They're using all forms of possible to make sure that we stay in a trance, in a sense, to say, hey, you know what? We shall overcome. Everything is in the by and by and all this mess. But with that being said, this music is dangerous and detrimental. The youth nowadays don't honestly have structure to the point that they may necessarily need it. Some people may disagree and just say, oh, y'all blowing this out of proportion, but you can't sit here and debate with me and tell me that this is the type of music you would want your son or daughter to listen to and expect this not to have some type of impact.
Well, I want to also say that it's not just upon the kid too, because that's where the parental guidance come in. My father used to always tell me, Lord rest his soul, is that, that's entertainment. What you do, you don't use your head. Don't just go off of the first thing that you think.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
But you said something, not to cut you off. You said something. Your father.
Yeah.
A lot of the youth don't have that connection. You were saying it earlier. Some of them don't have that. So that's going to be a disconnect right there alone.
Well, agreed. With that being said, that's why I'm employing more young black men and black women, and older black men and black women to reach out to the youth. I had a conversation earlier, and we were talking about how the common or the norm. I don't know why this is the norm. This is what's supposed to happen. And my response to that was, is it? I think that because everybody follows the norm, that's what they choose. That they thinking that that's the right thing to do, instead of using their head and using their to be able to decipher the good from the evil, and to be able to go and move accordingly. The bad part about it, again, is, I'll reiterate, is that everybody tries to follow that same particular blueprint. And it's not right, and especially when the blueprint is proven to be wrong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The things that we showing on these episodes is that these are pretty much the social norms.
Yep.
The social norm is to go out here and vote. The social norm is to go out here and go to church, or go to a mosque, or go to whatever. You know what I'm saying? The social norm is to listen to the music that everybody else listens to. Oh, right. Because that's what everybody else is listening to. Instead of finding out a genre or a particular, artist or artists that you like, and then you just play what you like, instead of trying to conform and, you know what I'm saying,
right,
to what other people want, or what you think other people may want you to be.
Yeah. So and from my perspective, summarize this up from my perspective. I know we're gonna move on to another clip, but I just think that it behooves our community to really, really sit back and pay attention and say, hey, we gotta kind of stay away from stuff that doesn't serve any purpose or value. All this that we seeing pretty much now is self sabotage, destruction, murder, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good in any capacity. And the only people that's harmed is, for the most part, as our culture, our people. We're the ones. Other people can look at it from a window and say, hey, they over there, they got some crazy music. But that's not impacting them like that. It's impacting us because we live in this. People stand on quote unquote business and they willing to die behind the stuff that they saying. We call it stupid because we're enlightened and can kind of see it for what it is. But to that 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old up into the 20s, this is a way of life, and they think this is how life should go and how it should operate.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
Go
bro.
ahead.
I think that number that you said should be a little higher. Because I've seen brothers and sisters out here in their 40s and 50s thinking that they still, 16, 17 years old, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's the type of stuff that a lot of our youth are looking up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those type of people that have that mentality.
Right.
And instead of evolving, they're trapped back in the 80s or the 90s or, you know what I'm saying? Instead of evolving, changing it, you know what I'm saying, and growing.
Right.
It was a metaphor that was given to me. A caterpillar stays a caterpillar for.
Yeah, we got somebody that's calling in.
We got a call up.
Call from.
Anton Rapper.
All right.
Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I guess we got Anton on here. Can you hear us well, Anton?
I can hear you.
Hey.
All right, so I know you probably checking us out, listening and seeing what's going on. What's on your mind? What do you guys say about this? I know we got some other clips and stuff we're gonna go through, but what's your thoughts on it? What's going on?
Yeah, I won't keep you guys long having me. But as far as the kids go and our youth, they aren't equipped to handle problems these days. I know working in the school, that is a big thing. It's just trying to help them navigate through these situations so they're not just, as you guys mentioned, crashing out. That is the word that they use. Got to kind of help them have problem-solving skills so they can work through their issues.
Wow. And it's powerful because I hear you say, that you work in the school system, so firsthand, kind of like what's going on. You like in the belly of the beast, you see it. So what would be your advice in a sense to kind of help? I mean, like you said, I don't know if you watched all the episodes that we talking about, but we're trying to build, and we need other strong black men and women to really step up, to really, really help and start to heal some of this trauma that's going on in our community. What's your thoughts on the game plan?
Yeah, so when you have kids that are responding to situations, they just need to keep one thing in mind. Is it kind? Is it true? And is my response necessary?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to work through the issue without violence? So a lot of times it's just a misunderstanding and miscommunication. People aren't able to articulate ways to work through things without having beef. You cannot like somebody and walk right past them and that'd be it. But, our youth, they pretty much, go right back at that other person instead of trying to find a way to coexist.
Well, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And actually, as a kid, I had that problem as well, like literally. And the thing is that I don't want anyone to go through the things that I went through. And the way that I learned it was actually going through a anger management class. And I actually placed myself in an anger management class before they could do it. So, and one of the things that I learned was that you have to, like you just said, think about the things. You know what I'm saying? Is my response to what they did to me warranted, or you know what I'm saying? Am I willing to, take the consequence for whatever it is that I do? And a lot of times I think that our youth and some of our older people, they don't take time to think. It's always it's what the young people say, on site.
Yeah,
it's on site. Like as soon as I see him on site. Instead of being more passive and thinking about it, and looking at the bigger picture. A lot of them that don't just, and I, again, it goes back to the beginning part of where I said the lack of parental guidance. You know, because some of them have parents. With that being said, some of their parents act just as just like they do, if not worse.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
when my kids were in school, I used to go up there just on random checks, and I would see parents, mothers in there ready to fight the teachers and the principals and stuff.
Wow.
But knowing that they child bad, like literally bad.
But
like,
most people in denial though. Most people don't think that their kids do anything wrong. Like we may be the exception, but most people think that their kids, for the most part, are removed from doing stuff out of pocket. And us being as bad as we was growing up, I definitely don't trust what these kids do for the most part. I play them accordingly. So. I know you got other stuff going on, brother Anton. We appreciate you, you calling in and rapping with us. I mean that, man. I appreciate you. I think you was our first caller up to this point. So appreciate you spending some time with us and checking us out, man. It really means a lot.
Thanks for having me. And one final thought, just as a school administrator, one thing that kind of helps die down situations is just building relationships with people. And that'll change a lot of things that's going on.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. That's why I was going back to what I was saying earlier. We have to reach out to the youth. Talk to them. Normally, I ain't gonna say normally. Sometimes we'll see a young person or a young group of people, and we shy away from them.
True.
And which is at times it might be the best thing. With that being said, though, that's why we need strong brothers and sisters to be able to get over that quote unquote fear, and to be able to say, hey, how you brothers and sisters doing? How y'all doing today?
Right.
Or if you about to walk in the gas station and you see a bunch of brothers or brothers and sisters walking behind you, instead of you walking in and just letting the door, go in and open the door and let them walk in. They may or may not say thank you. If they do, fine. If they don't, fine. But it's the point of showing kindness, because we've been shown so much negativity, amongst not just amongst from other people, but even amongst ourselves.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to start changing things, and the only way we're gonna change it is if we make a conscious effort to do it.
I agree, 100%. We ain't gonna hold you up, brother, man. We appreciate you calling in. Like I said, check us out, man. We appreciate it. All right.
Thanks for having me, fellas, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. I appreciate that brother calling in. So, but to that point, we finna hop on in. I mean, we kind of beat this. I mean, we gonna, and just so y'all know, we gonna go through some statistics and let y'all know we do our homework on this type of stuff. So the thing we just talk at the side of our mouth, but we gonna go ahead and jump into the next portion of this.
All right.
Harvey. Roll up another wood while we up at a party. Fuck Ted, he sorry. Lil Dre got hit up, now he up there with Marcus. Cash Boy got hit up. Lil Toy got shot like a nigga took pictures. Fuck Chris, forget him. But I guess it was Kessa that got up with him. And I'm still with that low shit. Low Jack blew himself, guess he up on some slow shit. Lil Fats on go bitch. Call up JV with the Glock gon' throw shit.
Alright. So you guys may not notice we just giving a pretty much like a breakdown and taking y'all through the different quote unquote genres of this. We just went on to demon rap and what they call crash out rap. That was just one of many of what we classify as drill rap. And drill rap, and me and my brother gonna talk about this. Drill rap is something that has impacted the community, kind of in a sense escalated things. So from the past, we had what we call as trap music, and for those that don't know what trap music is, that's more so it's
rap about the hustling,
and
you glorifying the hood, the trap music, basically like you said, it's trap music. Things that go on in the hood. But this drill music, man, now this is totally different. It's another level. The things that they say, and then to me it's they actually believe this stuff. They actually believe that this is the way to get ahead, to actually accomplish more in life. And what they're really doing is shortening their life.
Absolutely.
Because most of these guys don't live to see 24, 25 years
Say that
old.
again.
Most of them don't live to see 24, 25. They get gunned down, you know what I'm saying? And it's terrible because these are impressionable and bright young minds, men and women. All they need is a little nurturing. You know what I'm saying? A little, they like, wet balls of clay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You mold the clay until you want, and then you know what I'm saying? As you gets older and the clay gets older,
yeah.
and it gets harder. You mold it into a beautiful vase, or you know what I'm saying, or something like that. It is, but when you just sit there and let that lump of clay, just happen to let gravity do whatever it's gonna do. When it gets hard, it's gonna be a rock, a clay rock. That's it.
Yeah,
well, Weather Rocks is hard head
and hardcore, and to your point, nurturing is great, but when you don't really have those people stepping up, like Anton called in, and he administrated with the school. He's making his impact where he can now, but we also need people out in the streets, like he was saying, that can actually give some guidance, get people on board to try to work with the youth and really help them, man. Like I said, that's why we want people to build. It's just not us here bashing people. That's why we keep saying the same thing. Come build with us, because we have to start creating some type of dimension for the youth. We have nothing for them. What have we offered them? And I'm not going to regress and go back to what we talked about previously, but we giving you breakdown by breakdown. The church isn't really offering the youth nothing. Right. The school is failing them. The schools are shutting down.
Because of the government.
The government is taking away all the money and throwing it to where, whether it's the legal situation, legal immigrants and all that. They don't prioritize us, but we got to get to a point where we start to prioritize ourselves. And until we do that, it's going to be the same thing, but it's only going to get worse, because the government is pulling up they're ratcheting up their behavior. The government see, hey, this is working. Let's continue to push the narrative. Let's continue to put funding behind it. But I'm not going to belabor the point. Me and bro are going to talk about some statistics, but just for y'all that don't really necessarily know, the drill rap is an offshoot to what was started in Atlanta. Atlanta was the trap music. So the trap music was one thing, and you had your
gangster music. Yeah, gangster. Trap music was an offset of gangster music. Like you said, drill music is an offset of trap music. Then there is also another offset to the drill music,
right?
Which we're about to go into.
Yeah, but before you go into it, with that being said, even with this actual drill music, they're again giving you step by step, play by play on who they killed, why they killed them, what area they from, what they're smoking, the next pack they're gonna be smoking. They're calling it out for everybody to know. My thought process behind it, you was talking about this earlier. You give the police and everybody else easy access. They go on your social media, look it up, see what you've been up to. They know where you stay at. They know your area you from. They know all the ins and outs. It's easy clockwork, and now you're gonna spend the rest of your life behind a fictitious beef that may have started online through social media. They post all this stuff on social media for the world to see, and then you figure out, like, how did I get locked up? Why this happened? The reason why is
because the detectives don't have to be detectives no more. Like, y'all doing
bingo.
Y'all doing all the detective work for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. You know what I'm saying? I'll walk a motherfucker down, woo, woo. Then you telling the street, the person name, you know what I'm saying, what he did to you and, like, what you did to him. And it's like, and then you putting it on social media, you know what I'm saying? You putting it in your music, and it's like, then you wonder why they slapping your butt with a RICO.
Huh.
Or murder. You know what I'm saying? It's like, people don't, back in my day when I was coming up, man, rule number one, if you don't say nothing, they don't know nothing. Now they telling everything.
Every lingering detail. And after I shot Chris he had on a red shirt that had
6 holes in it.
You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, like come on, man. Like, man, and then you wonder why them people. St. Louis County,
let me come holler at you. You know what I'm saying? So, not to belabor, I know we're going to get this up. I just wanted to give the folks some facts, too, on this, too. So, I know people wondering, like, like the whole drill thing, this drill rap and everything. It's funny to say the first person that actually came up with drill rap was somebody that nobody even know. I don't know if you remember the dude's name. I think his name was Pac-Man. I think his name was Pac-Man. Yeah. So he was the first one to really start. I think his song was Catch a Body or something, or Get a Body. So he talking about killing. But here's the thing. It still didn't have any bubble up, meaning that it wasn't growing. People weren't really paying attention. But the difference was, you just said Chief Keef, Lil Durk, Lil Reese, all these other different folks that came. But here's the kicker behind it. They finally got some backing. Who was backing them?
Interface.
Say it again. Who was backing them?
Interface.
So now you got
Sony.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. So
go ahead.
So you got Interface, you got Sony, you got all these record labels now pushing money behind the dysfunction, our trauma, in our community, and it's profiting them. And I don't want to speak too much about it because we got other stuff going on. But just so you know, they're putting money behind this, and we're gonna kind of piece it all together.
They spending their money on to push it to our face, and we spending our money to receive it and consume it.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense when you're ignorant, but you know, when you know what I'm saying, when you know better, what Grandpa used to say?
When you know better, you do better.
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah, well.
On to the next one.
Man, that's crazy.
Break down the big and rebang, young niggas trapping, jigging out of a maximum. This on the gang, we attacking them, hawking down, chopping Lee, you started some. In the speed, Paul Walker, son, eBay crazy, hit the corn, while the motor some. Messed up the set, now we on to some in the kitchen, capping up with no coverage on. Break down the big and rebang, young niggas trapping, jigging out of a maximum. This on the gang, we attacking them, hawking down, chopping Lee, you started some.
Now, okay, so we just spoke up on drill music. Now this high speed music, this was more originated here in St. Louis. You know, it's a offspring of trap. I mean, drill music. And just listen to them. You know, the name of it is called high speed music.
What do you think that means?
No, off topic. The police get behind you. They pushing it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't care who in their way. You know, men, women, kids. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And he letting you know, catch a dude down in it and chop him down. You know, it's like, come on, man, catch him in traffic and chop him down. What about everybody else that's in traffic? You know, like, come on.
Don't care. That's the thing about it. What I'm getting from it is the don't care. Some people may be like, yeah, y'all saying this, but just so y'all know, statistically speaking, this is not something we're making up. They're saying just alone from just the whole trap, this high speed music, and I can't even say trap music no more, but drill rap, for the most part, they're saying on average 6 to 8 bodies are being put down on a weekend, like it's just normal business. Yeah. And then not to mention with the increase in overall homicides just alone on this music, it went from like a couple hundred to 500, like 500 plus in Chicago. 700 to 800 in New York. We don't even need to speak about St. Louis. We know the St. Louis.
We've been the murder capital for years.
So the music is impactful. So when people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter," these folks is giving out clues and detail, but you have people that will argue it.
I don't know. Wait a minute. If I had somebody tell me that the music doesn't matter, like you were just saying, that a lot of people with the song, even if the words are trash, but they're listening to the beat, you know what I'm saying, and even while you. And what a lot of people may not know, even though you may not, how do you know that the words are trash if you're not listening to them? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that's something. Now just think about that. You know, a person will say, "Hey, man, I heard such and such song, man. The music, what he was saying was trash, but that beat was tough." No, you still heard it.
You feeding it.
Yeah,
being fed.
Yeah, it's still being placed into you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you might be trying to tune it out, but in your subconscious, it's still listening to everything that the words. That your brain is a machine, a complex machine. You can do multiple things at once. You know what I'm saying? And your brain, you could be thinking about something else, but typing this and
that music is playing and you receiving it.
And you doing all three things. You know what I'm saying? But yet still, all three, your body is consuming all three things.
I got a question for you though. Why do you think there's such a numbness to just having no regard to kill our own? Why do you think that's just like a pastime now? We talk about, and I'm gonna let you answer. We talk about, oh, this cop did this and killed, this black male. This person did this. My thought process is, why is there such like a nonchalant attitude towards killing? Like, we literally are doing the Klan's work. We're literally doing what these neo-Nazis want us to do. We're literally doing every freaking thing they want, and nobody is really ever talking about this. Like, where's the disconnect? So what am I missing?
The disconnect, I think. I mean, again, we said this in past episodes. It began, one of the biggest origins was the Willie Lynch syndrome. You know, back then in slavery, that we were pitted against each other. It was called, you know, book fighting. You know what I'm saying? Where they, you know, they put two slaves, you know, the biggest slaves from
big
one
bucks.
from one plantation, you know, and get them another one from another plantation, and they would fight to the death. Not just to hurt them, no, they to the death, and then the slave owners would you know, bet gamble on them. You know what I'm saying? And it just perpetuated from there. You know, think about it. Even after slavery, when it came down to, you know, the segregation and the Jim Crow laws, anything, we had to fight for positions. You know what I'm saying? For positions in anything, you know, whether it be in the workforce, whether it be a position in the household, whether it be a position in, you know, just in being in the community. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because we have the lack of resources. And the things, you know, the things that most other ethnicities have. Right. You know, and if they don't originally have it when they come here, the government gives it to them. They take it from us and give it to them. The thing is, when will we be getting some? And the thing, for real, to be honest with you, I don't want to be given anything. I want to work. I want to work with like-minded people to come together and start and making it for better for our community. Right. Because when you have a handout, you know what I'm saying, then you owe them pretty much something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm sitting here, then just think about it. The stimulus 4 years ago, or you know, a couple of years ago, people out here, oh yeah, the government giving. How long do you think they finna get? They finna do this? Like, seriously. And then what did they want you to do? They knew most people was not going to spend those stimulus checks on paying their bills up, you know what I'm saying, paying their rent, their electric, their car notes, and the cars that they had. You know what I'm saying? They knew the first thing people was going to do, go to Wally World. Crash out. Go insane and do something stupid. Go to Wally World, spending $1,000 on a 75-inch TV, but when you take that TV home, 4 days later, your electric getting cut off because you ain't paid a bill. Now you got a big old blank screen, you moron. Like, but again, you know, I digress on that situation. But I think that the biggest thing, the biggest disconnect, or where that it originated from, was through the Willie Lynch syndrome, and from there it's been carefully orchestrated to keep us pitted against each other. You know what I'm saying? Think about it: the house nigga and the field nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. This stuff is, if people pay attention and step back and stop just going by what everybody else say and do your own research, come to your own conclusion. Right. Read multiple things. Stop just looking at the dang screen. Actually crack open a book.
Come on now.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
so old fashioned for most folks. Okay, now they don't even. I mean, you got e-reads and stuff now they can do it, but people don't want to read. They want to be fed the information. That's why you have all this stuff out here for $29.99. We'll teach you how to walk your dog. It's just stupid stuff because people don't want to take. It's painstaking for them because people want it ready made. They want to put it in the microwave. Boom, it's done. I got it, and I'm moving on. So the social media platforms you're speaking of, it's a lot of it's misinformation because if you do your real deep research on any of these topics, you're not going to get it from source 1, 2. You may have to piece some of that stuff together. 18, and all the ones that they really don't like, because they'll take some of the views down or whatever, just so, you know, because a lot of people go by the views. Right. You know, when they click on something, oh, this got 1 million, 2 million views, so we gotta be right. No, it's not. That's not necessarily the truth. Just because it just means 2 million people watch the mug. Right. But then when you go back, you scroll down and you see one that only got like 78 views or 110 views or something like that, and you discredit that without even looking at it. Right. You see, or you know what I'm saying? So, and that's the thing is that they use, like you said, everybody wants things microwave. You know, and I tell you, I'd rather take a homemade pizza over a Hot Pocket any day. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Any day.
So, I mean, from my perspective, y'all seen a breakdown of all these different genres of quote-unquote rap, from drill to crash out to high-speed music, all of it. None of this stuff is conducive for anything that we got going on and trying to better our situation. It's to me, it's like you going deeper in sin. We used to say all the time.
Deeper in sin.
Yeah, it's a deeper in sin situation, man.
Yeah, it's really a no-win situation as long as we continue on the same path.
Agreed.
As Grandpa always said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing but expecting different results.
Facts.
In today's video, I would like to discuss the harmful effects drill music has on Black and Hispanic communities and how the youth is being manipulated to spread this demonic agenda of violence and destruction. Drill music is a subgenre of hip-hop that started in Chicago's Southside area in the early 2000s. The subgenre is strongly influenced by trap music, another subgenre of hip-hop that emerged from Atlanta, Georgia music scene that shares the drill sound. As for most hip-hop artists, their sound is influenced by the culture and environment they're from. Drill music moved from the underground mixtape scene to the mainstream in the mid-2010s, thanks to the single by Chief Keef, I Don't Like, in 2012. Drill City native and rapper Pac-Man is credited as the first artist to reference drill, a term used to describe a shooting, in the drill sound with his 2010 single, It's a Drill. His career was cut short by violence that same year, but that song became a template for the future drill artists. With the popularity, fame, and attention that comes along with drill music, shootings and murders rose dramatically. The number of shootings soared 97%, from 777 in 2019 to 1,531 in 2020, and murders jumped by 44% from 319 to 462, according to the NYPD. Unlike the past, drill artists rap about current murders and violence and glorify being active, a term letting listeners know they're still involved in the streets and violence. Drill music is built on authenticity, so what you say is what you do. With drill music emerging, record labels see nothing but dollar signs.
Yep. So, and that
Right.
is the truth. That is the truth. And that's what we were just going into. What we were just saying is that how they use our circumstances to promote back to us. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem like that the things that the way that we've been manipulated and the circumstances that we're in, like it's okay. It's like they're glorifying it.
Absolutely.
Like this is how it should be for black people. You know what I'm saying? But every other ethnicity, you know what I'm saying, is man.
So I was kind of thinking about this. I said, how would other ethnicities feel? Say, for instance, me and you started knock a head off record labels, and we decided to just say, hey, we're going to only target white people. We're only going to target Hispanic people, and what we're going to do is we're going to have them showcase and sing or rap about getting drunk every day, popping pills every day, smoking crystal meth, doing all this to show, laying down with Uncle and Auntie Betty, and, figuring, do all this dysfunctional stuff that could potentially happen in that community. We have our own record label and have them set up, and we have them push this day in and day out on YouTube. We have them push it day in and day out on all these other platforms, and it's just business as usual. It would be an uproar. The reason why it'd be an uproar, they would say, how can you have the audacity to say this, whether it's true or not, or have people that look like me out here saying all this, and I'm going to be okay with that. We're the only group of people that's okay with that, with that. We have a lot of followers, so a lot of people like Swagger Jack. They like to. So you got the Hispanics to do it. They rap now. You got the Asian people. They rap now.
But they wouldn't change the place to be one of us, though.
No, not at all. But they do that. They will come in there and use the culture and talk a whole bunch of mess. Even I think there was one little dude from India that was rapping. India, he rapping. Drill rap. So they it's funny, but they use it. But for us, this is like a lifestyle. You get more street cred based on how many bodies you done caught or how many times you done been arrested. It's all negative, and that's how everybody can always paint this picture to say we are the problem, we're the enemy. Yep. That's why they feel so empowered to do that, because we sit back as a community. We never stand up. The church ain't saying nothing about it.
Of course, no. Why would they?
You know what I'm saying?
Why would they?
It's business as usual. Yeah. You just go in there and get that.
Go in there and cash out. Put your debit card in the slot and going into.
Or they at the casino, huh?
Yeah, right, exactly. You might as well be. Shoot, as many times they pass around the collection plate. Shoot,
these last $2.
Finna get a pastor. Finna get a pastor. No,
you just can't make it up. So we passionate about this, and we sometimes, like we said in one of our previous episodes, you gotta sometimes laugh really quit from crime, because it's like a sad situation and a sad predicament. You saw there they were saying it was like a 97% increase in freaking homicides. These are kids that's dying, mothers losing their kids, fathers losing their kids behind senseless stuff that's going to continue to happen. When the holidays come, shit, we on Memorial Weekend. I'm nervous for folks. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna get popped this weekend?
You're right. Exactly.
If they ain't already been popped, who gonna? So 4th of July, when that stuff come, who gonna get shot? It's not people go out and have a good time.
Bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you. It ain't just on the holidays.
I know, man.
Shoot,
it's active all the time.
It could be a warm day like today. Who gonna get knocked? Who gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then it's at random places. The gas station. You know what I'm saying? Walking down the street in front of a bus stop. You know, just it's like random places where people would normally be. You know, it's like, but you. What did your boy say?
The dude, Baby Kid, said it specifically. What did he say?
He said, "Stay in the house or be danger."
Wow. Say it again. What did he say?
Stay in the house or be danger. I'm laughing at because it's grammar. That's what I'm laughing at. But the message is not a laughing matter. Because basically what he's saying is stay in the house or this could happen to you.
And if you do go outside, you better be actively ready to kill somebody, is what he's basically saying as well. Man, it's sad, but that's why we want people, yet again, like we've been saying this for a long, we want people to build with us, quit being scared, quit feeling like you don't have a place to go and to build with people. We got people out here that want to build. We want to build with y'all. So if you have any reservations, you don't know us from Adam, you can get to know us. We willing to reach out. We are the same people that you see online. We're gonna talk to you the same way. We want to build and find out what creative solution to do something different all the way around. You know.
Definitely.
So I mean, we ain't got to belabor this point. We can look at the rest of it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, ain't got that much left.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, now we finna go into the more in-depth situation of what we was talking about as far as the prison system.
Now, 3 companies, Warner Records, Universal Music Group, Sony Music Group, control around 90% of the depiction of hip-hop. At the same time, 2 companies, Core Civic, formerly CCA Corrections Corporation of America, and GEO Group, own almost all the private prisons and beds in the United States. What connects these 2 industries together? Vanguard and BlackRock, which are the largest shareholders in both media and prisons. Last year, Corrections Corporation of America, CCA, the biggest name in the private prison industry, contacted 48 states offering to buy their prisons. One stipulation of eligibility for the deal was particularly bizarre: an assurance by the agency partner that their agency has sufficient inmate population to maintain a minimum of 90% occupancy rate over the term of the contract. In other words, if they want the contract or the money, they must keep their prisons filled to a percentage of 90%. This is the main reason why record labels would sign against a drill rapper over a conscious artist, because its relations with private prisons.
Did you hear that, bro?
Speak on it.
It's like the whole, in order to get a private penitentiary, they had to sign, the particular state had to sign, which is the government, had to sign a contract stating that they would keep that prison 90% full.
90%.
90%. And this is so basically, if they don't, then the people that own the prisons, they can actually sue the state, sue the government if they don't do it, and close down the penitentiary. You see what I'm saying? And then that trickles down to the laws that are being passed. You know what I'm saying? Which trickles down to the police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Which trickles down to us not being treated unfair, whether it be in the streets or inside, locked up inside. You know, it's a steady pattern, you know, of things that. And the thing is that if we're ignorant to it, then we can never change it. We can never change it.
Something was scary, and I know we're gonna continue to push on, but I know we're gonna talk about it some more, but something was scary to me is I saw Vanguard and BlackRock up there, and I know most people may not know who Vanguard and BlackRock is, but I can tell you BlackRock is like the cornerstone in the United States in regards to from a capitalist standpoint. Their hands are into everything, and I mean they tons and tons of money, tons. So they treat human beings, particularly us, as freaking cattle. We can wrangle them up that 90%, which is going to be us or the Hispanic community that's wrangled them up, but it's us for the most part. Yeah. If I understand it, and I think it's going to say it one in three.
Okay, but you have brought up something too, bro. How much per day is it?
I think per day, I think that per these contracts that they have, it's like $50 or more. It's probably more than that now, $50+ per inmate per day. Mm-hmm. These contracts they have are like $400 million, $380 million dollars, and they're in cahoots with all these record labels that we're talking about.
Because the record labels own them. They're the ones that actually are paying. The record label or a sub or a smaller entity up under the actual entities.
It's crazy, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, but hey.
You probably didn't know most private prisons are owned by the same people who are the majority shareholders of the 3 major record labels. We are living in America, era of mass incarceration. With 5% of the world's population, this nation holds 25% of the world's prisoners. We are living in America, era of mass incarceration. With just 5% of the world's population, the nation holds 25% of the world's prisoners. And many more.
Yeah.
5%
of the world. The whole world, United States, is 5%.
And we got 25% of the people incarcerated.
Of the world. Of the world incarceration, we hold 25%.
You can't make this stuff up. So this like we live basically in a police state already, but the government is making a killing off of this. The government makes money off of obviously this. The government also makes money off of war. We ain't even gonna talk about that right now.
The government makes money off of taxing. They tax our check before we get it. Then whatever you buy, you tax that too. Like, bro, they getting it four ways from great.
This excuse my language. This shit is disheartening. I mean it's sad to say, but it's disheartening because to see this and to see the manipulation and the pimping and pandering and just the direction of where our people are heading if we don't correct our course, it's bleak, man. It doesn't look good. It don't. But go ahead.
The thing is, I think I believe a lot of people are waking up. I just think we need more, not just waking up, but more action.
Activate. Like these little young folks doing. We need to get active in a positive way.
Exactly.
People impacted by crime policies. More than 21 million Americans are incarcerated in jails and prisons, up from less than 200,000 in 1972, while over 4.6 million more are on probation or parole. These numbers are not faceless. African Americans make up about 13% of the nation's population, but constitute 28% of all arrests, 48% of the incarcerated, and 42% that are on death row. Recent data predicted 1 of every 3 black boys and 1 of 6 Latino boys born in 2001 will go to jail or prison within their lifetimes if this current trends continue.
Yeah, man.
So, you just heard it. What did he say? 1 in 3 black males.
That's 33%.
1 in 3, and then the Hispanic 1 in 6.
So that's what it is. 17.5.
Yep. You know your math on point. But to the point, you got to kind of look at it like this now. They're openly telling you that they, you got these record labels behind this. They openly want to promote this. And I got some names and stuff to kind of I'm not gonna read off all the names, but just like under Def Jam, and this is the trick bag, because you have some people get on there and say, well, you guys are just focusing all your energy towards white people and everything. No, this system is very tricky. Like for Def Jam, they got this guy named Tanuji Balajon. He's an African Nigerian. He Nigerian. He over here, and the rest of those people under there, Archie Davis, Latrice Burnett, Niam McNair, they're all them are Caucasians. Every last one of them. But they got him as the CEO, the head front for Def Jam.
So wait. Why do you think that is?
You gotta have the fall guy, and you also gotta have somebody that don't, from my perspective, and I ain't finna jump into that right now, but they don't have any allegiance or loyalty, to the people over here, the foundational Black Americans that live here. He from Nigeria. He come over here to get to a bag. Yep. At the end of the day, so there is no love lost, regardless if he look like me and you. He could be darker than me. He could be darker than you. It don't matter. We're not the same in every aspect. Exactly. He hasn't endured, necessarily. He hasn't endured the blatant systematic racism. He can run back to Nigeria anytime he gets ready.
And be welcomed.
Yeah, we can't do that. We here. This is where we from. This is our land. We here. We built this joint. So we here. So that's not going to change. So that's why they use them as figureheads. Let's throw this token dude in here, and you got the underbelly, these other dudes that's running shop.
I agree. To piggyback off what you said, that's the whole thing. They need a fall guy.
They gotta have it.
They gotta have a fall or a crash dummy.
That's the word. Crash dummy, crash out.
That's another word that stems from jail. Is a crash dummy.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? That's somebody that you send to do something that you don't want to do because you don't want to take the consequences for it.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where, just like you said, that the black man or
the Nigerian dude,
you know what I'm saying? They, of course, they gonna play something. I mean, not to say that the man isn't smart. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. He probably, obviously, he is smart because he's helping perpetuate the stupid stuff into our community.
But I'm glad you said that, because if anybody do their history, not to jump on point, I know we ain't got a lot of time left, but not to jump on point, but that's not uncommon. A lot of the Africans over there, they go to these Cambridge, go to a lot of these European schools and get their education from there. They bring those tactics back to their community, and that's why you see all the stuff that's going on over there as well. It's no different. So from my perspective, if you being basically brainwashed and taught the standard capitalist way and basically screwing people over in the end, that it's business as usual. He just happened to have a black face.
Yep.
So why you doing that? Like also Sony Music, Rob String, Kevin Kelman, Ptolemy Austin, Amanda Collins, all these folks are all Caucasian. And that's Sony Music. Interscope, John Janak, Jimmy Iovine. I know people heard of him. Joey McNeil Jackson. All these people, man. At the end of the day, the government, the CIA, the FBI, all them together with these music labels, they don't even have to hide their agenda no more. They can put it out there for the world to see, and it's gonna be A1, because at this point, they feel like, hey, nobody's paying attention. It's business as usual. They're getting some money here. Some of the people that's doing damage to their community, they're getting money, so it don't matter.
Yeah, of course. Why would it matter to them? That's the whole point. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense for us to keep going on with it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like I said again, bro, I just want to say that, hey, you got specific people that's cashing in and day out. You saw that, Vanguard, BlackRock, but also like Core Civic.
Geo.
Yeah, Geo. They dominate the prison scenes. And a lot of your favorite celebrities that people so hee ha ha about, they're invested in that as well.
Yeah,
I know Michael Jordan was a big one. People love him. He got. I think that was
a white guy that was named Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but he was connected to that. I promise you he was, because they gave him a lot of backlash for it, and all of a sudden you don't see anything about it. So if he was engaged in it, he got out of it now.
Right.
But
I mean, at the end of the day, the whole thing is, the whole point of us coming here is to point out the negative situation. We have to tear down the old in order to rebuild. In order to make things a better structure, you have to first tear down the old one.
Right.
And that means to tear down. The only way that we're going to tear it down is that we have to identify what it is that we have to remove. We have to identify that. Once we identify, we have to start making actions towards changing it and making it a better place, or making it a better situation. Again, we do appreciate it. You all subscribe, liking and subscribing. We also appreciate your views. We employ for you to hopefully, we will be here next Sunday.
Yep.
And every Sunday after that.
Facts.
And we once again, we want to thank Anton for calling in and giving us that, blessing us with his insight.
Absolutely.
And building with us. And please feel free. When we're live, the number is right there, 515 599-1687. Again, that's 515-599-1687.
And I'll just say this. I mean, I know we get ready to wrap up, but, you know, again, our main goal, and you already kind of spoke to that, we just want to build a grassroots organization together and get something really, really going. Like I said, again, if you're interested, reach out to us. We're not hard to find. There's not a situation where we just want people to donate and all that. I don't even care about all that because we're going to do our thing and donate and figure it out if we have to on our own.
It's going to get done.
It's going to get
I
done.
guarantee you.
So we're not looking for that. We're just looking for, you know, it would help, but we're looking for like-minded people that want to actually build. Quit being scared and sitting back in the corner and saying, well, yeah, that is messed up. Why are you so afraid to step up? It's not easy for us to get here and talk about this because some people may hate it. Some people may dislike it. You know, we in a sense putting the target on our back by speaking about all this stuff that's going on because other people, what we classify as ops, are watching. They're paying attention. Like, why are they saying this? Who told them this? Where are they getting this information from? As you continue to dig deeper and see it, you'll see a lot of this stuff is hypocrisy and a lie. And we got to start building towards waking up, having our own, doing for self, and wanting to see your fellow man do better. When we get our situation right, it don't matter what anybody else is doing. You can go out and support them willingly, but your house got to be in order. Your people got to be in order. Until that happens, man, it's a losing battle. So I appreciate everybody for jumping on, rocking with us. Please like and subscribe. Brother already gave the information out, man. We just want to build with y'all, straight up and down.
One last thing. Also, with our grassroots organization, it's called Keys to Consciousness. If you don't have, you know, if you're not able to, you know, help with the funds, your thought, like, you know what I'm saying, your energy, the help, you know what I'm saying, the if you can help physically, you know, if there's something that you know that if we once we get the property, if you're able to, you're a carpenter or a person that gardens or stuff like that, we reach out and give us some of your knowledge, and that way it'll help produce what we're trying to do. It's not all about funds. It's about energy and unity.
Unity, that's a big one.
Unity. So again, until next time, thank you for tuning in to Keys to Conscious. I'm one of your hosts, Don.
And I'm Chris, the other host. Thank you guys for tuning in to Keys to Consciousness, for real.
Conceited and restless. Mustang is on me, can't ride in no Teslas. Gripping the clutch, I don't know how to rest it. So I'm on go, you can't hear the perfection. Yes, dance to this beat is infected. Can't hear nobody when I get to stepping. Party look dead, might as well resurrect it. Came with a plan, so you gon' hear my message. Yes, you was a long way from home, so why don't you two-step your ass to this song? Just ringing and ringing, girl, give me your phone. I just wanna know what you is sipping on. Sipping on some whiskey while I'm clutching my stick.